Give us the numbers, Chris.
Main event of the evening here at FNC 28. It's at catch weight 75 kilos. Double the experience for Ivan VULCHYN, and he'll be taking on Marko BOJKOVIC after 2 losses there. Both guys 180 centimeters tall. BOJKOVIC is 5 years younger.
BOJKOVIC there, you can see he's on the rampage. He's going to want to try and do this quickly. I think he may open himself up to a mistake here. He wants to headhunt and put VULCHYN away as quickly as possible. But I think VULCHYN's too smart an operator to fall foul of any big power from BOJKOVIC. You know what the strategy is going to be. You just have to try and survive it as best you can. But BOJKOVIC headhunting here, looking for a finish. I think we might see an early one. He's hell-bent on making this third fight a win, and against the 2 losses that he's had, up and over and down goes VULCHYN. BOJKOVIC locks up the legs, trying to get this done quickly, and look at the power shots going in.
It's what BOJKOVIC promised, Will. He wanted to go out there and be intense, aggressive, the BOJKOVIC of old. Define the fight very quickly on his own terms. He's doing that here. Nice boxing, good takedown pressure.
Untamed rage, that's how you describe it. BOJKOVIC not settling into this, not pacing himself, bringing pressure from the get-go. 4-wheel drive, moves forward, trying to close that cage down and make life very difficult for VULCHYN. Well, that said, the pace has eased off. Good slip there from BOJKOVIC, but he's throwing big, and he's missing big.
Yeah, it's good head movement on the outside. He really needs to move it and then move off the center line as he comes in with the punches.
BOJKOVIC with the uppercut comes in on the inside, and VULCHYN says, well, if that's the best you can do, it's not going to cut it, but you don't want to taunt or tempt somebody like BOJKOVIC, as long as he can remember why he's here, and if he remembers the 2 losses that preceded tonight, well, that's not a man you want to tempt fate from. So BOJKOVIC closing down the ring, trying to stop the movement, the lateral movement from VULCHYN, brings up the high kick, tries to close things down, but VULCHYN, well, he's got some shots of his own.
He's landing that lead left hook. He's landed it a few times on BOJKOVIC.
Awful lot of talking and dialogue there, each of them explaining how the other one's shots didn't hurt. I don't know how truthful those statements are, really, because they're putting full tilt on these shots. So, still looking comfortable, VULCHYN, and he nods that didn't hurt, but I bet it did. And look at this, BOJKOVIC comes in, holds the leg, fires the hand over the top. BOJKOVIC on a mission. We're talking an absolute erasing of any game plan that he had in his mind. This is just juggernaut hurtling down the motorway for a finish.
It's straight up walk him down and knock him out. BOJKOVIC is doing some good work to the body, but the sprawl, the counter defense here from VULCHYN is definitely still something to watch out for.
VULCHYN's getting roughed up, there's no doubt about it, but he's composing now and getting back into things. And BOJKOVIC, although it's ferocious, that walking down flight plan of his to just march in and do damage, well, all it takes is for VULCHYN to get that shot right, and it only takes one.
Yeah, the left hook or the overhand right are things to watch out for. Even the coverage there, VULCHYN does not look phased here under the pressure of BOJKOVIC.
I think if this goes to 2, it's where BOJKOVIC maybe starts to wish that he had a plan. It's interesting because VULCHYN, pre-fight interview, said, well, yeah, I've got a strategy, but I'm not telling you what it is. So far, he's not exposed anything, but he's trying to outbox his opponent. BOJKOVIC throws the shots. Oh, that was slick. Grabbed for a single leg, BOJKOVIC. That was good work.
It's excellent. Really got underneath the leg, got the belly to back there in the pickup.
Got underneath his man and slammed him down there. That was the ragdoll body slam almost. And BOJKOVIC now getting unreasonably raw here in his attempts to do stuff. We've got 40 seconds left on the clock, so that round has whizzed by, but BOJKOVIC, the aggressor, every time.
Big time. Literally straight through the front door performance, just break it down and run straight on in. And that's worked to a degree, but VULCHYN is still there.
So, a chance for Bojkovic to slow down, make things count, as VULCHYN shows he's still a threat at the end of the round. And psychologically, he's put Bojkovic off his stride. Bojkovic lands, it's on the bell. Well, Bojkovic thought that he could do more in the time, wasn't able to.
And there are so many opponents that wilted under that first or second volley of pressure from Marko Bojkovic in his career. And the challenge is someone like Milos Janicic did not. Somebody like this, for example, in VULCHYN has not. Where does that go? You don't want to fight with your forehead too much. You did take definitely some damage from VULCHYN off the counter.
So we'll just see now just the sheer raw aggression that Bojkovic brings. And he leveraged some power in those shots. I have to say VULCHYN covered up, rode a lot of the storm, but no getting away from it. Bojkovic took that round and threw some power shots. Props to VULCHYN's chin, because a lot of those were right on the sweet spot. And I think even Bojkovic was surprised that VULCHYN was able to survive the round. But just look at the onslaught there from Bojkovic. Sheer aggression, sheer power. But VULCHYN came back, stayed strong. Now we're in the second round. I think this is going to be the telltale.
Yeah, you'd hate to see Bojkovic punch himself out here. But the wrestling was very good. I love the single pickups a couple of times. Really shot low and shuffled across, hooked underneath the lead leg. Very difficult to counter that.
2 of the scheduled 3. And this is a rowdy old bruiser boys' night out. From the Ukraine, Ivan VULCHYN, fighting blue. On the receiving and business end of Marko, the skull crusher, Bojkovic, fighting red. Bojkovic desperate, isn't he, to get that plane to land on the deck of the aircraft carrier, as it were, just looking to plant the one shot. And maybe the Ichigaichi approach isn't going to work here. Maybe he needs to get some combinations going and try and box here. I mean, he's just walking his man down, and actually VULCHYN is starting to get inroads.
That's the problem. If he expects one punch or maybe a 1-2.
Well, he only needs the one, and that was a big one. It's a knockdown! And Bojkovic on this like a drunk on a kebab. In goes the shots for the ground and pound. Referee looking closely. An absolute onslaught here from Bojkovic. Can VULCHYN survive? Looks like he can.
Well, this here, VULCHYN gets up against the fence. Bojkovic just multiple power punches with that right fist, and VULCHYN will survive.
Well, that's got to rock you, isn't it? When you absolutely tip everything you've got. And VULCHYN just soaks it all up. I don't think he'll take another one like that. But Bojkovic now knows he's broken the threshold that's required here. And again, a big right hand, and takes his man down with a single leg. He turns it and gets in position for the ground and pound. Bojkovic on fire here, looking to do damage, looking to finish.
VULCHYN just looks like a man possessed, though. The way that he got back up, caught a second wind. Bojkovic just going for broke here to try to get the finish. And like you said, Will, maybe he needs to be just that little bit more technical, that little bit more sequential.
On top, I don't think he's interested in any of that. I think he just wants to get in there and hurt his opponent. And he's doing a good job so far. This is weapons of mass destruction we're seeing here from Bojkovic. Every shot is an absolute barnstormer, a stinger. But VULCHYN's still in, and I've seen fighters come back from this position and that kind of pressure before. I really have, but it's Bojkovic all the way here. I mean, you know, he's on his way to romping home at Cheltenham. Can he finish?
Trying to smash that knee shield. There's a good guard retention here coming from VULCHYN, but Bojkovic is doing well to clear it. Can he get the knee slice out? Just about. Good shoulder pressure. Good connection here to the upper body.
VULCHYN, huge testimony to the robustness of his power punch taking chin. And he's tied up Bojkovic. Bojkovic now bringing down power shots. Referee needs to look closely here. The elbow strike thundering down. Once that head hits the mat and bounces back up, that'll be the signal. But VULCHYN still hanging in there this time. Bojkovic thought he going to try and go for a choke, but he's just going to go and finish and smash his way through.
Very smart from BOJKOVIC to give that choke on and then let it go. He can force his guard open, but how tough is VULCHYN? He just fights you tooth and nail every position.
Yeah, he's giving nothing up here. This is unbelievable. Up he gets, and there he is, right in front of you. That's incredible, isn't it? And I mean, oh, there's the right hand! Drops his man down, BOJKOVIC. It's another knockdown, and in goes the power punches here on the ground and pound. Referee looking closely, surviving VULCHYN, but for how long? Hanging on by a thread. Oh, this is unbelievable. It's Jurassic Park for VULCHYN out there as BOJKOVIC continues to punish, but VULCHYN continues to survive, and the referee allowing it to flow.
This is absolutely nuts, Will. BOJKOVIC is trying everything in the playbook here. The punches, the elbows, the pressure, the passing, the huge connection that dropped VULCHYN. 10-8 round for sure.
Well, statement performance. BOJKOVIC lays out his stall. Going to blow it out of the park. And, you know, this is, referee's just checking something on the glove, gum shield. 10-second clapper, he's not going to do it in the second, BOJKOVIC. Oh, elbow strike, rocks the head of VULCHYN, and VULCHYN still manages to twist and turn out. And BOJKOVIC may well have punched himself out. I have to say, I've not seen a volume of ground and pound like that hasn't been successful.
It's kind of the BOJKOVIC of old, but the BOJKOVIC of new, who's having to really run through it and play the longer game with the short game tactics. That was insanity, Will. 10-8, maybe nearly 10-7 territory.
So, this is what caused all the problems. Just the power and the ferocity. Takedown, overhand punch. Manhandling VULCHYN throughout the whole round, and there's the ground and pound. And I mean, it was absolutely rampageous. And just everything, those elbow strikes, how you could soak that amount of pressure up and not succumb is unbelievable. Just raw aggression from BOJKOVIC. He's got the moniker the Skull Crusher, quite clearly. We know why. Third and final round. Pitching Ivan VULCHYN, fighting blue against Marco. Skull Crusher BOJKOVIC fighting red. Oh, and he's been put on his seat again. And this time BOJKOVIC won't let up. And he's in danger of getting a cauliflower rear end. Ivan VULCHYN, he's hit the... That's it! Referee's had enough, it's all over. Oh, in desperation, BOJKOVIC had to finish there. And what we saw was just absolute Jurassic Park. Incredible amount of serious intention and energy from BOJKOVIC. He's been in a fight.
That was an incredible performance. Well, what a display of will. We saw BOJKOVIC just swarming for the finish from the first to the second round, but here in the third, he caught the top position. The referee really, I think, mercifully stepping in, especially factoring in everything that had happened up until this point.
Yeah, the shot that dropped him was unbelievable, so solid. Put him on his rear end, sat him down, and as I said, he was in danger of getting a cauliflower bum because he'd been hit so many times onto his seat that really, you had to start to make decisions there. I mean, at one stage I thought the towel might come in from VULCHYN's corner, but what a testimony to his resilience. That was insane. Well, there you have it. What a spectacular finish here at FNC 28. And Marco BOJKOVIC cannot take anything for granted when you throw everything you've got and your opponent still gets up
And
off the
so,
mat.
ladies and gentlemen, the end comes after 33 seconds completed of round number 3. Your winner by way of TKO in the red corner. From Serbia, Marco, the Skull Crusher,